We're going to take a look into a pressing issue highlighted in a recent opinion piece about how convicted criminals are slipping through Canada's visa screening process with alarming ease. The article, penned by Jamie Sarkonek and published in the National Post, paints a troubling picture of systemic flaws that allows dangerous individuals to enter and remain in the country for years. According to the author, Canada's immigration laws are self-sabotaging, making it difficult to deport even registered child sex offenders who never should have been admitted to Canada. She argues that the system relies too heavily on applicants' honesty, enabling fraud through omissions, aliases, and country hopping. Once discovered, deportations drag on due to excessive due process, contributing to a quadrupled federal court backlog since 2019. Let's examine some of the stark examples in the piece. First is Gulfam Hussain, a Pakistani national convicted in the UK in 2017 for sexual activity with a female child family member, his own niece, aged 13 to 17. He served 3 years in prison and is a registered sex offender. Yet in 2023, he entered Canada on a visitor's visa from Spain, omitting his record. He reunited with his niece, whom he impregnated, and they now have a child living here. Deportation efforts have been ongoing for 2 years, with recent federal court bids to halt his removal to Pakistan failing. The author warns that temporary visas like his are often exploited for bogus asylum claims or to have what she calls anchor babies, potentially securing lifetime benefits. Another case, Binder Singh, who arrived in 2014 seeking asylum from India. He hid a 1998 U.S. conviction for sexual contact with a minor, evaded authorities there, and was deported to India in 2007. His asylum claim failed upon discovery, and a recent permanent residency attempt was denied. But despite being inadmissible for serious criminality, he's remained in Canada for 11 years, with his deportation status unclear due to privacy laws and delay tactics. Then there is Nawab Khan, an Afghan-Pakistani citizen convicted of robbery in the UK under a false name, jailed, and deported. He entered Canada under another alias, failed an asylum bid in 2012 after impregnating a local woman, but returned in 2015 on a permanent residency sponsored by her, using yet another name. Exposed in 2021 amid marital issues, he lost an immigration appeal last year where the adjudicator noticed his chronic lies and lack of regret. He faces Canadian charges for assaults, harassment, and weapon possession, but remains here, appealing to the federal court as recently as September. The author also cites Balkar Singh, who entered on a temporary visa from India in 2017, extending stays via work permits. He omitted 2013 Australian convictions for reckless conduct causing injury during a taxi dispute where he drove with a passenger on the hood. Ruled inadmissible for misrepresentation in 2024, his deportation status is unknown, potentially delayed further. These cases, as the author highlights, reveal a broken system. Borders aren't secure if criminals can enter by simply not checking a box. Deportations take years, overburdening courts, and harming legitimate applicants. When questioned in Parliament about Hussain's case, Immigration Minister Lina Metledge-Diab offered only vague assurances about improved screening, which the author dismisses as inadequate under liberal rule. In conclusion, Sarkonek calls for urgent reforms to close these loopholes, arguing that without them, Canada's immigration integrity and public trust are at risk. Back to you.